The day humans made first contact with alien life was not what anyone expected. There were no flying saucers, no little green men, and definitely no probes. Instead, it happened in a very official, almost boring way. On a sunny Tuesday morning, a sleek spaceship landed right in the middle of the United Nations Plaza in New York. Out stepped three beings that looked nothing like humans. One was tall and skinny with blue skin, another was short and round with tentacles, and the third looked like a walking tree. As world leaders gathered, the aliens introduced themselves as representatives of the Galactic Council. They spoke perfect English, thanks to their advanced translation devices. The tree-like alien, who called himself Branch, did most of the talking. "We've been watching your planet for some time," Branch said, his leaves rustling as he spoke. "We believe you're ready to join the galactic community." The world was shocked but excited. Humans had dreamed of this moment for centuries. Now it was finally happening. A week later, a small group of human representatives was invited to visit the Galactic Council's headquarters. The team included politicians, scientists, and military experts from various countries. Among them was Captain Sarah Chen, a decorated soldier known for her sharp mind and cool head. The human team boarded the alien ship, their hearts racing with excitement and a bit of fear. As they traveled through space at impossible speeds, they saw wonders they had never imagined. Planets of all colors, stars so bright they hurt to look at, and space stations bigger than cities. Finally, they arrived at the Galactic Council's main planet. It was a world of towering crystal buildings and flying vehicles that moved in perfect harmony. The humans felt like cavemen entering a futuristic city. Inside the council chamber, representatives from hundreds of alien races sat in a huge circular room. The humans were led to the center, feeling very small and primitive. "Welcome, Earthlings," said the council leader, a being made of pure energy. "We are here to evaluate your civilization and decide if you're ready to join us." For hours, the humans answered questions about Earth's history, culture, and technology. Things were going well until they were asked about their weapons. "We have nuclear missiles, tanks, and various types of guns," Captain Chen explained, trying to sound confident. The chamber fell silent for a moment. Then, to the humans' surprise, the aliens burst into laughter. "Guns? You mean those little tubes that shoot metal pellets?" A tentacled alien chuckled. "How quaint. We stopped using projectile weapons eons ago," another alien added, wiping tears of laughter from its 7 eyes. Captain Chen felt her face grow hot with embarrassment and anger. "Our weapons may seem simple to you, but they're effective," she said firmly. This only made the aliens laugh harder. They started sharing stories about their own primitive days when they used weapons like Earth's guns. "I remember when my species used to throw rocks at each other," one alien said, causing another round of laughter. The human team stood there, feeling humiliated. They had come expecting to be welcomed as equals, but instead they were being treated like children. As the laughter died down, the council leader spoke again. "We appreciate your visit, Earthlings. However, we feel your civilization needs more time to develop. Come back in a few hundred years when you've outgrown your guns." With that, the humans were politely but firmly escorted back to their ship. The journey home was quiet and tense. Everyone felt the sting of rejection and ridicule. As they approached Earth, Captain Chen broke the silence. "They think our guns are funny," she said, her voice filled with determination. "Well, let's see who has the last laugh." Little did the Galactic Council know, they had just lit a fire under humanity. The humans returned to Earth not defeated, but more motivated than ever. They were going to show the galaxy what humans and their funny guns could really do. And so began Earth's great technological leap forward, fueled by wounded pride and a desire to prove the aliens wrong. The Galactic Council had no idea what they had just set in motion. The return of the human delegation to Earth marked the beginning of a new era. As soon as their feet touched the ground, They were surrounded by reporters and curious onlookers. Captain Sarah Chen, still burning with determination, stepped forward to address the world. "The Galactic Council has underestimated us," she declared, her voice firm and clear. "They laughed at our technology, especially our weapons, but we will show them what humans are truly capable of." Her words spread like wildfire across the globe. In every country, people felt a mix of anger and pride. They had been judged and found wanting by alien beings, but they weren't about to accept that judgment lying down. World leaders quickly called an emergency meeting. In a rare show of unity, they all agreed on one thing: Earth needed to catch up, and fast. The next day, a new global initiative was announced: Project Leapfrog. The goal of Project Leapfrog was simple but ambitious: to advance Earth's technology by centuries in just a few years. Every country pledged resources and their best scientists to the cause. Research facilities popped up all over the world, working around the clock on new inventions and improvements. At the heart of this effort was the Weapons Division, led by none other than Captain Chen. She had been chosen for her military experience and the fire in her eyes when she talked about proving the aliens wrong. "We're not just going to improve our guns," Chen told her team on their first day. "We're going to reinvent them. We're going to create weapons that will make those alien jaws drop." The team worked tirelessly, fueled by coffee and determination. They studied every piece of information they had gathered about alien technology during their brief visit to the Galactic Council. They brainstormed, experimented, failed, and tried again. Months passed. The world watched and waited, hoping for a breakthrough. And then, one day, it happened. Dr. Akira Tanaka, a brilliant physicist on Chen's team, burst into her office, his eyes wide with excitement. "Captain," he gasped, out of breath from running. "We've done it. We've cracked the code." Chen followed him to the lab, where the rest of the team was gathered around a strange-looking gun. It was sleek and silver, with glowing blue lines running along its length. "We call it the Quantum Disruptor," Dr. Tanaka explained. "It doesn't fire bullets. Instead, it shoots beams of concentrated quantum particles. These particles can pass through any known material and disrupt the atomic structure of the target." Chen picked up the gun, feeling its weight in her hands. "And the power source?" she asked. Another scientist, Dr. Maria Lopez, stepped forward. "That's the best part," she said with a grin. "It's powered by a miniature fusion reactor. One charge can last for months of continuous use." Chen couldn't help but smile. This was exactly what they needed: a weapon that combined Earth's traditional firearms with technology that could rival or even surpass that of the Galactic Council. Over the next few weeks, the team refined the Quantum Disruptor and began production on a larger scale. Other divisions of Project Leapfrog reported similar breakthroughs: advancements in space travel, energy production, and even gravity manipulation. As news of these developments spread, a new sense of confidence swept across Earth. People walked with their heads held high, proud of what their species had accomplished in such a short time. 6 months after their humiliating dismissal by the Galactic Council, Earth was ready to make its return to the galactic stage. A new ship had been built, faster and more advanced than anything humans had created before. Captain Chen stood at the helm of this ship, the Quantum Disruptor holstered at her side. With her was a team of Earth's finest: scientists, diplomats, and soldiers, all equipped with their new technology. As the ship prepared for takeoff, Chen addressed her crew. "Remember," she said, her voice filled with quiet confidence, "we're not going there to start a fight. We're going to show them that humanity deserves respect. But if they laugh at us again," she patted her weapon, "we'll show them just how effective our funny little guns can be." With a roar of engines far beyond old rocket technology, the ship lifted off. Earth watched with bated breath as its champions headed back to the stars, ready to rewrite their first impression on the galactic stage. The Galactic Council had no idea what was coming their way. Humanity was about to make an entrance they would never forget. The journey through space was smooth and swift, thanks to Earth's new propulsion technology. Captain Sarah Chen stood at the bridge of the ship, her eyes fixed on the stars ahead. The rest of the crew worked quietly at their stations, a mix of excitement and nervousness in the air. As they approached the Galactic Council's homeworld, Chen's second-in-command, Lieutenant James Rodriguez, spoke up. "Captain, we're picking up some strange readings." Chen frowned. "What kind of readings?" "It looks like weapons fire," Rodriguez replied, his voice tense. "There's a battle going on near the planet." The crew exchanged worried glances. This wasn't part of the plan. They had come to show off their new technology, not to get involved in a war. Chen made a quick decision. "Take us in closer, but keep our shields up. Let's see what's happening." As they neared the planet, they saw a terrifying sight. A massive fleet of ships was attacking the Galactic Council's world. The alien ships were dark and spiky, unlike anything the humans had seen before. "Those aren't Council ships," Dr. Tanaka said, studying the readings. "They're something else, something the Council didn't tell us about." Suddenly, a distress signal came through their communication system. It was from the Galactic Council. "To any friendly ships in the area," a panicked voice said, "we are under attack by the Void Horde. Our defenses are failing. We need immediate assistance." Chen looked at her crew. They hadn't come here to fight, but they couldn't just watch as the Council was destroyed. "Prepare for battle," she ordered. "Let's show the galaxy what humans can do." The Earth ship swooped into the fray, its advanced shields deflecting enemy fire. Chen grabbed her quantum disruptor and headed for the teleportation room with a team of soldiers. "We're going to board the enemy flagship," she told Rodriguez. "You keep them busy out here." In a flash of light, Chen and her team appeared on the alien ship. The interior was dark and eerie, with strange organic-looking walls. Alien creatures, tall and shadow-like, turned to face them with glowing red eyes. "Open fire," Chen yelled, raising her quantum disruptor. The human weapons lit up the corridor with blue energy. Where the quantum beams hit, the alien creatures simply fell apart, their bodies unable to hold together against the destruction of their very atoms. The aliens fought back with energy weapons of their own, but they seemed shocked by the effectiveness of the human guns. They had clearly expected easy targets. Meanwhile, outside in space, the Earth ship was turning the tide of the battle. Its advanced weapons were tearing through the Void Horde ships, creating openings for the Council's defenders. Back on the enemy flagship, Chen and her team fought their way to the bridge. The alien leader, a towering figure shrouded in darkness, turned to face them. "Impossible," it hissed. "You are merely humans. How can you stand against the void?" Chen smirked. "You should have done your homework," she said, raising her weapon. "Humans are full of surprises." The quantum disruptor fired, and the alien leader disintegrated. Without their commander, the rest of the Void Horde fell into disarray. The battle was over almost as quickly as it had begun. As the dust settled, the humans found themselves surrounded by grateful council members. The same aliens who had laughed at them months ago now looked at them with awe and respect. "You saved us," the council leader said, approaching Chen. We were wrong about your species. Your weapons, your bravery. We have greatly underestimated humanity." Chen holstered her quantum disruptor. "That seems to be a common mistake," she said. "Maybe now you'll give us a fair hearing." The council leader nodded solemnly. "More than that, we owe you a debt of gratitude. Please come with us. Your place in the Galactic Council awaits." As Chen and her team were led into the council chambers, no longer as primitive curiosities, but as honored saviors, she couldn't help but smile. They had come seeking respect and had found so much more. The humans exchanged proud looks. In just one day, they had changed the course of galactic history. The council had laughed at their guns, but now they understood. Humanity was a force to be reckoned with, and the galaxy would never be the same again. The news of humanity's heroic defense of the Galactic Council spread across the stars like wildfire. In every corner of the galaxy, Beings of all shapes and sizes were talking about the small pink species from a backwater planet called Earth. On the bustling trade world of Zix-9, a group of alien merchants huddled around a holographic news display. Did you hear? A tentacled creature gurgled. Those humans, the ones with the funny metal shooting sticks, they saved the entire council. Impossible, scoffed a floating gas being. Last I heard, they were barely out of their own solar system. A crystalline entity chimed in, its facets glittering with excitement. It's true. I have a cousin who works in the council. He said the humans have weapons that can disrupt matter itself. Meanwhile, in the council chambers, Captain Sarah Chen and her team found themselves at the center of attention. Alien diplomats from hundreds of worlds crowded around them, eager to shake hands, or tentacles, or energy fields, with the human heroes. The council leader, still somewhat shaken from the recent attack, addressed the gathered representatives. Esteemed colleagues, it began, its voice echoing through the vast hall. We owe a great debt to the humans of Earth. Their bravery and advanced technology saved us from the Void Horde. We must reconsider our previous judgment of their civilization. A murmur of agreement rippled through the crowd. Many of the aliens who had laughed at human weapons just months ago now looked embarrassed. One of the council members, a being made of swirling smoke, floated forward. I move that we immediately grant Earth full membership in the Galactic Council, it said. Their actions have more than proved their worthiness. The motion was seconded by several other members, and a vote was quickly taken. The result was unanimous. Earth was now a full member of the Galactic Council. As Chen accepted the official seal of membership, she couldn't help but think of how quickly things had changed. From laughingstock to saviors in less than a year, it was almost too much to believe. But not everyone was thrilled with this turn of events. In a dark corner of the chamber, a group of alien diplomats whispered among themselves. "This is happening too fast," one hissed. "These humans, they're dangerous. Did you see what their weapons did to the Void Horde?" Another nodded, its eyes narrowing. "We must be cautious. What if they turned those weapons on us next?" Back on Earth, the news of their new galactic status was met with jubilation. Streets filled with celebrating crowds, waving flags and cheering for their cosmic heroes. In the White House, the President of the United States gave a speech to a global audience. "Today, we have shown the galaxy the true spirit of humanity," she said, her voice filled with pride. "We came seeking respect, and we earned it through our ingenuity and courage." But even as humanity celebrated, new challenges were emerging. Earth's sudden rise to prominence had upset the delicate balance of galactic politics. Some alien races saw humans as valuable allies, while others viewed them as potential threats. In a secret meeting on a distant moon, representatives from several powerful alien civilizations gathered to discuss the human problem. "We cannot allow them to keep these weapons," one insisted. "They're too powerful, too unpredictable." "But how can we stop them?" Another asked. "They've already proven they can defeat the Void Horde. None of us would stand a chance against them in open conflict." A third, older and wiser-looking alien raised a hand for silence. "We must be subtle," it said. "We'll approach them as friends, learn their secrets, and when the time is right, we'll make sure these humans know their proper place in the galaxy." As these secret plans were being made, Captain Chen and her team prepared to return to Earth. They were escorted to their ship by an honor guard of grateful council members. Just before boarding, Chen turned to the council leader. "Thank you for this opportunity," she said. "Earth looks forward to working alongside the other races of the galaxy." The leader nodded, its many eyes blinking in sequence. "And we look forward to learning more about your remarkable species," it replied. "Safe travels, Captain Chen. We will meet again soon." As the Earth ship took off, heading back to their home planet, neither the humans nor the Council could have guessed at the new challenges and adventures that awaited them in the vast, complex tapestry of galactic society. 3 months after Earth joined the Galactic Council, Captain Sarah Chen found herself back in the Grand Council chamber. This time, She wasn't here as a defender or a new member. She was here to present Earth's technology to the galaxy. The chamber buzzed with excitement. Representatives from thousands of worlds had gathered to see what the humans would show. Some were curious, others worried, and a few were openly hostile. Chen stood at the center of the room, her team behind her. She wore her formal military uniform, with the new patch of Earth's Galactic representative sewn on her shoulder. In her hand, she held the now famous quantum disruptor. Esteemed members of the council, Chen began, her voice strong and clear. We're here today to share our technology with you, as a gesture of goodwill and cooperation. She held up the quantum disruptor. This is the weapon that helped us defeat the Void Horde. We call it the quantum disruptor. A murmur ran through the crowd. Many leaned forward, their eyes, or other sensory organs, fixed on the sleek weapon. But Chen continued, it's more than just a weapon. The technology behind it has many peaceful applications. Dr. Tanaka will explain. Dr. Akira Tanaka stepped forward. He activated a holographic display, showing the inner workings of the quantum disruptor. The core of our technology, Tanaka explained, is the ability to manipulate quantum particles. Yes, it can disrupt matter, but it can also heal, build, and explore. He showed images of the technology being used to cure diseases, construct buildings in seconds, and probe the depths of space. The alien representatives watched in awe. Many who had been skeptical now looked impressed, but not everyone was convinced. An alien with metallic skin stood up. This is all very impressive, it said, its voice like grinding gears. But how do we know it's real? How do we know you're not trying to trick us? Chen smiled. She had expected this. We anticipated your doubts, she said. That's why we're prepared to give a live demonstration. The council leader looked nervous. A demonstration. Here, is that safe? Completely, Chen assured them. She nodded to her team, who brought forward a large clear container. Inside was a piece of metal marked with the symbols of various alien races. This container, Chen explained, is made of materials provided by different council members. The metal inside is a mix of the strongest alloys known to the galaxy. We invite any of you to inspect it. Several alien scientists came forward. They scanned the container and the metal, confirming that everything was as Chen had said. Once they were satisfied, Chen raised her quantum disruptor. Watch closely, she said. She fired a thin beam at the metal. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, slowly, the metal began to change. It shifted and flowed like water, reshaping itself into a perfect sphere. The chamber erupted in gasps and exclamations. Chen wasn't done. She adjusted the weapon and fired again. This time, the spheres split into smaller pieces, each forming a tiny replica of a different alien species represented in the council. The aliens were stunned. They had never seen anything like it. As you can see, Chen said, lowering the weapon, our technology can manipulate matter at its most fundamental level. We can destroy, yes, but we can also create and transform. The council chamber was silent for a moment. Then, one by one, the representatives began to applaud. The sound grew until it was a roar of approval. The council leader stepped forward, its many eyes blinking rapidly. Captain Chen, Dr. Tanaka, people of Earth, it said, you have shown us wonders beyond our imagination. We eagerly look forward to working with you and learning from you. As the applause continued, Chen exchanged proud looks with her team. They had done it. They had not only earned the respect of the galaxy, but had also opened the door to a new era of cooperation and advancement. But even as she smiled and accepted the congratulations of the alien representatives, Chen couldn't help but notice a few faces in the crowd that remained cold and calculating. She made a mental note to watch them carefully. The journey wasn't over. In fact, it was just beginning. Humanity had taken its place on the galactic stage, but keeping that place would be a challenge all its own. In the months following Earth's impressive demonstration, the galaxy underwent rapid changes. Many alien races, eager to benefit from human technology, rushed to form alliances with Earth. Others, driven by fear or jealousy, began desperately trying to replicate or surpass the quantum disruptor. Captain Sarah Chen found herself busier than ever. As Earth's chief representative to the Galactic Council, she spent her days meeting with alien diplomats, negotiating trade deals, and navigating the complex web of galactic politics. One sunny day on the Council's capital world, Shen sat in a meeting room with representatives from the Zor Collective, a group of telepathic plant beings. "We offer you access to our vast knowledge banks," the lead Zor said, its leaf-like appendages waving gently. "In exchange, we request training in the use of your quantum disruptor technology." Chen smiled politely but shook her head. "I'm sorry, but as we've told others, we're not sharing our weapons technology. However, we'd be happy to discuss peaceful applications of quantum manipulation." The Zor representatives' leaves drooped in disappointment. As they left, Chen sighed. It was the third such meeting that day. Meanwhile, on the other side of the galaxy, less friendly activities were taking place. On a secret base hidden in an asteroid field, scientists from the Draconian Empire worked tirelessly to reverse engineer pieces of human technology they had managed to acquire. The Draconian Emperor, a fearsome reptilian being, loomed over a cowering scientist. "Well," he hissed, "have you made any progress?" The scientist trembled. We've managed to create a device that can disrupt matter, Your Majesty, but it's unstable and only works on a small scale." The Emperor's eyes narrowed. "Not good enough. The humans are gaining too much power. We must match them, or we'll be left behind." Back on Earth, the planet was experiencing an unprecedented boom. Alien tourists flocked to see the homeworld of the galaxy's rising stars. Human culture, from music to food to fashion, became the latest craze across countless worlds. In a high-tech laboratory in Tokyo, Dr. Tanaka and his team were hard at work. They had made a breakthrough in quantum technology that went beyond even the disruptor. "Captain Chen," Tanaka said excitedly over a secure video call, "we've done it. We found a way to use quantum fields to create stable wormholes. We could revolutionize galactic travel." Chen's eyes widened. "That's incredible, Doctor, but we need to be careful how we introduce this. It could upset the balance of power even more." As Earth carefully navigated its new position in the galaxy, not everyone was happy with the changes. In a shadowy corner of a space station bar, a group of alien smugglers grumbled over their drinks. "These humans," one growled, "they're ruining everything. Their patrols are making it impossible to do business." Another nodded. "We need to do something about them. Show them they can't just waltz in and take over." Little did they know, their conversation was being observed. In a nearby booth, Lieutenant Rodriguez, Chen's second-in-command, sat disguised as a common trader. He quietly recorded the conversation, adding to the growing list of potential threats Earth needed to watch. As the galactic day cycled to night, Captain Chen stood at the window of her office on the Council space station. She looked out at the stars, thinking about how much had changed in such a short time. Earth had gone from an ignored backwater to a major player in galactic affairs. They had allies, but also enemies. Their technology was changing the face of the galaxy, but also creating an arms race. They had earned respect, but also fear. Chen's communicator beeped. It was a message from Earth's president. "Urgent situation developing. Possible attack on human colonies. Return to Earth immediately." Chen's jaw set in determination. The honeymoon period was over. Now, humanity would face its first real test as a galactic power. As she hurried to her ship, Chen couldn't help but wonder. Had they risen too far, too fast? And what price would they have to pay for their newfound status in the galaxy? The next chapter of humanity's galactic adventure was about to begin, and it promised to be the most challenging yet. Captain Sarah Chen's ship dropped out of warp space near Earth, its advanced engines humming quietly. As soon as they entered the solar system, Alarms began blaring. Multiple hostile ships detected. Lieutenant Rodriguez shouted from his station. "They're attacking our colonies on Mars and Europa." Chen's face hardened. "Broadcast a message to all Earth forces. We're joining the fight." As they approached Mars, they saw the battle raging. A fleet of sleek, dark ships was firing on the human colonies. But the Earth Defense Forces were holding their ground, their quantum disruptors flashing bright against the red Martian sky. Chen's ship dove into the fray, its advanced weapons tearing through the enemy shields. On her command screen, she saw familiar symbols. "Those are draconian ships," she muttered. "They've reverse-engineered some of our tech." The battle was fierce, but short. The human forces, with their superior mastery of quantum technology, quickly gained the upper hand. Within hours, the draconian fleet was in retreat, leaving behind disabled ships and debris. As the dust settled, Chen received an urgent message from Earth. The Galactic Council was calling an emergency session, and humanity was to stand trial for disrupting galactic peace. Chen gritted her teeth. After all they'd done, after saving the Council itself, they were still being treated with suspicion. But she knew this was a critical moment. How humanity responded now would shape their place in the galaxy for generations to come. 3 days later, Chen stood once again in the center of the Galactic Council chamber. But this time, the mood was tense, hostile. Representatives from various races glared at her, while others whispered among themselves. The council leader spoke, its voice echoing through the chamber. "Humans of Earth, you stand accused of inciting an arms race, of sharing dangerous technology, and of upsetting the balance of power in the galaxy. How do you plead?" Chen took a deep breath. This was the moment of truth. "Members of the council," she began, her voice strong and clear, "we plead neither guilty nor innocent. Instead, we ask you all to look at the larger picture." She activated a holographic display, showing scenes from across the galaxy. "Since we joined the galactic community, we've seen unprecedented advancements in medicine, in space travel, in quality of life for billions of beings." The images shifted, showing the recent battle. "Yes, some have tried to use our technology for war. But we've also used it to defend the innocent, just as we did when we saved this very council from the Void Horde." Murmurs ran through the crowd. Chen continued, her voice rising with passion. "We humans have a saying. With great power comes great responsibility. We understand that our rapid rise has caused fear and uncertainty, but we're not here to conquer or control." She spread her arms wide. "We're here to be partners, to be allies, to help build a better galaxy for all. We don't want to rule the stars. We want to explore them, to learn from them, and yes, to protect them when necessary." The chamber was silent for a long moment. Then, from the back, a voice spoke up. It was the representative of a race known for their wisdom and foresight. "The human speaks truth," it said. "I have foreseen many possible futures. In the brightest of these, humanity stands not as conquerors, but as peacekeepers, as innovators, as friends to all races." One by one, other representatives began to nod in agreement. The mood in the chamber began to shift. The council leader raised its hands for silence. "Captain Chen, you have given us much to consider. We will deliberate on your words." Hours later, Chen stood before the council again, awaiting their decision. The leader spoke solemnly. "After much discussion, we have reached a decision. Humanity will not be censured. Instead, we ask that you take on a new role in the galactic community. We ask that you become our peacekeepers, our problem solvers, our innovators." Chen's eyes widened in surprise. This was more than she had hoped for. The leader continued, "Your quantum disruptors will be registered as peacekeeping tools, not weapons of war. And we ask that you lead a new galactic science initiative to ensure that new technologies benefit all races." As cheers erupted in the chamber, Chen felt a weight lift from her shoulders. They had done it. Humanity had not just found its place among the stars. They had become a beacon of hope for the entire galaxy. As she accepted the Council's decision, Chen couldn't help but smile. From a primitive species with funny little guns to the peacekeepers of the galaxy, it had been quite a journey. And the best part, it was only the beginning.